my phantom friends. So I just wanted to take you in through the day and the life of me as a writer who is also looking for a job. So yeah, I didn't wake up with you guys, so I'm just gonna start the thing now. So I am a little sick, so I guess it's the day in the life of me being sick also. But I'm not feeling terrible, so I'm going to actually attempt to go to a party tonight. I'm definitely not going to stay long because I have an interview first thing in the morning. But since it is... Okay, so it's like 6:10 right now. I want to leave around probably 7:30 or so I'm definitely going to have a snack first. I just showered, so to catch you guys up what happened throughout the day, I basically just did my workout. I took my dogs on a walk. I ate lunch. I had to deal with some car stuff, so it's been a pretty easygoing day, I would say. But now finally got the shower in. And now I'm just going to make my protein ice cream. So I'll show you actually how I do that right now. Okay, so I like to start off with 2 of the cups. And so I'm using a 3rd cup, and I put a 3rd cup of water in each of these. Just put caulk around this. This is my first time doing caulk, and it's been more than 24 hours and it's still not dry. So, I'm really hoping that it will dry eventually and that it wasn't bad caulk, because I'm not sure how long the caulk was sitting on the shelf for before I used it. So definitely you can tell from here it does look a little slippery. Okay, well next I get some cashew milk. So I'm going to put a 3rd cup each of cashew milk into these. Next up, sugar-free syrup. I really actually love this brand because if you look at the serving size, that is like nothing. It's only got 3 grams of carb and 2 sugar alcohol, and the sugar alcohol isn't even, that bad. I literally never get a stomachache from this, despite how much I have. So I literally just used a tablespoon. Oh, yeah, sorry, that's a little disgusting, but I used a tablespoon of each. And now I do a tablespoon of my homemade syrup. This, I like to, because I don't want to use too much of the artificial syrup, so I actually make my own with natural sweeteners that include stevia and erythritol. And if you guys are wondering why the spoon is a little dirty, I literally just used this to make a sandwich. So, I just licked the spoon. But yeah, it hasn't been sitting here for days, so I just wanted to let you know. All right, so next, I go over here and my Quest vanilla milkshake. So I literally use 1 scoop and I split it up between these 2 things. And finally, I'm gonna use half a teaspoon in each cup of the peanut butter, just because I want it to be peanut butter flavored. And now for the secret ingredient, which is going to be xanthan gum. So with this, I'm just going to take half a teaspoon and put that in each of those. And now I have 1 more half teaspoon after I put 1 in each, And then I just kind of like divvy that up between these. So it really is 3/4 of a teaspoon of xanthan gum for the entire batch. So then after all the ingredients are added, I fill it up with ice. So, you know, it's just about liquid level. And then you get this nice creamy, creamy texture. So good. I usually put like toppings and mix-ins in with these. A healthy mix-in, you know, that's somewhat of a health food snack that I do is cereal. You know, so that's definitely a good option if you know, aren't a big fruit eater like myself.
Are you ready?
Okay, so I did have to go to that party earlier than expected, so I actually didn't get any of the writing done that I wanted to get done. But now you know why I kind of look like a doll right now and why I'm wearing these overalls, because I was Chucky. Now it is quite a bit later. It is just about 10:30 at night. So I actually do have a rather late sleep schedule. I am not sure actually if I'm going to be able to get any writing done though, because I do have to wake up early the next day. So, guys, I just wanted to let you know that, you know, some days you might not get everything done that you want to get done, and that's okay. You know, there's other obligations sometimes, you know. In this case, I had to go to a birthday party, so that was a little, you know, more important because that's just once in, like, one time a year, whereas I could do my other stuff. It doesn't have, like, a time crunch right now, especially with my writing, so, you know, I can definitely just do that at any other time. But yeah, this is just to remind you that even if you weren't productive one day, you just start again and try the next day. You know, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I'm still going to try to squeeze in a little bit of writing. I always try to aim to get about 1,000 words in during a writing session. So we'll just see how that goes. So I just finished eating my dinner, and now I'm going to try to get some of the writing done. So right now it's 11 o'clock and I want to go to bed at 1 or no later than 1. So usually I spend the last hour or two at night like watching stuff on TV to wind down. But since I really wanted to get into the writing today, I want to feel somewhat productive, I'm gonna basically force myself to just kind of do a writer's sprint. So, you know, even if you don't feel up to it and you're just like, oh man, well, you know, I have to go to bed in 2 hours, you can always fit in a little bit of writing, you know, so even if it's just 500 words, at least it's something. And that's honestly one of the ways that I get over writer's block. I tend to just write, you know, like if you ever are stumped with writer's block, I highly suggest just opening up your laptop or whipping out your notebook, whatever you're writing your story on, and just write. Like, write whatever comes to mind. You can edit it later, you know, just freaking it's basically like throwing putty up against a wall to see what sticks. You know, don't worry about it being perfect. Just get all of your ideas out there and then you can fine tune it later. So, you know, that's kind of always my mindset when I write. Of course, outlines definitely help. I'm not really an outline person. I mean, maybe I should be, but
You know, I just tend to write as the ideas come, and then the story kind of unfolds and tells itself. I mean, I guess back in the day when people told stories around campfires and such, they would just tell it, you know, as it is. So they wouldn't have an outline or anything. So I guess just kind of my writing style. So that's what I would suggest if you guys are all struggling out there.
So, good morning, everyone. I just woke up. I definitely woke up earlier than I usually do for this interview, but I do that on purpose so I can get a run in and I'm not all groggy going into the interview. So I find that doing something right away, like a run, helps me get out any extra nervous energy. And then also it does help me just kind of set the mood for the day. So, you know, if you do something proactive and, you know, productive, then it helps to set the mood for the next productive thing, you know. So even though you might lose an hour of sleep, I would say it's still worth it to try to get some exercise in first thing before going on to an interview.
So sorry I didn't update you guys on the interview. I think it went well, but a lot of these interviews, it's really hard to tell how the interviewer is responding to you. This one was a little difficult to read. Usually I get like a pretty good feeling, you know, either one way or the other. This one, you know, I put my best foot forward and that's all that matters. So, you know, if you're going through the interview processes, I highly suggest just, you know, just putting your best foot forward, you know, trying to hype yourself up, just trying to, you know, say everything that you think is important to the job, answering the questions to the best of your ability, and then, you know, then it's on them if they like you or not. It's really hard to deal with rejection, you know, especially if you've been on the job hunt for so long, looking for something stable. I definitely am in that same boat. It's very hard some days to get through that, but you know, I have a good feeling, and you just got to stay optimistic and keep putting your best foot forward. So, you know, that's what I've been doing. But as you can see, it's a different scenery now. Later in the day, I'm working on another project. So, working on currently getting this floor all situated. This is the Airbnb that we're trying to build. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to learn, as you can see from the plywood and everything. I actually did have to unscrew these, which is such a pain in the ass. I unscrewed them so we could basically put planks running horizontally like this. To basically have further support, because I'll show you what happens with just the plywood that we had and the flooring. So as you can see, it's pretty flexible here. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but yeah. So we kind of have to redo what we've done. But yeah, you know, like, I'm not a big home improvement person. Actually, this is one of my first times doing home improvement project. I want to say that it's just all a big learning curve. A lot of the times it might be tempting to just hire somebody, but if you don't have the resources, you could just look at it as a big learning opportunity. You know, of course you're going to come up and make some mistakes because you're not a professional like me. So, you know, with the floor, this is just a learning process. So now I know that the floor is going to need more support than just the plywood. It kind of sucks a little because it's a little delay in our Airbnb plans for opening this up. I really didn't want to have it open this month, but I'm afraid I don't think it's going to be ready by then. Just one step at a time, and eventually it'll get done if you just keep the nose to the grindstone consistently. So really that's all that matters. You know, that's been today so far. Later on, I think I actually have a couple of jobs to apply for where the employer got back to me about the application process, so I'm gonna apply for a couple of jobs today, and then hopefully I'm going to try to, do some SEO stuff to my website, and also try to start my first drop shipping product. So we'll see how that works out. This is what we painted a few weeks ago, that wall. And now just imagine a brick sort of vinyl thing right there. Here, we also want to do kind of like a brick vinyl, one of those vinyl stick and peels, because we want to turn it into a Harry Potter Airbnb. So, I'll keep you updated with the progress on this Airbnb. So far we've been working on it probably since January, and right now it is the middle of February, so it is a lot of work, and we're close to being done, but I'm just trying to stay positive and just keep on it. So if you have a long-term project like this, what I can suggest is just keep on grinding and keep on going. That is our day. It is pretty much midnight right now, and I had 3 job applications that I wanted to fill out because they were actually responses to jobs that I previously reached out about, so I did that. But I have some great unexpected news. I got the job offer. So that just goes to show you that if you have a positive attitude, and despite all the rejections that you might get, if you just go in with a positive attitude and you just be yourself, good things eventually will come. So just stick it out. So yeah, I'm so glad that you guys can join me on this new chapter that I have coming up, trying to balance out being an author on top of a full-time job as a writer. So I actually will be writing copy for this job, so that's a completely different type of writing, but that was the writing that I've done in the past. That was my day job before, so at least I'm still in the field that I want to stay in. I'll still progress as a writer, and hopefully I'll learn a whole lot more about marketing in this position. The more I learn, the more I'll share with you guys, and I'll share how I implement that in my books, being an author, and on my website and such. I never got to the SEO material, so yeah, that's I guess another thing for another day. But I got a lot done today. Kind of like a typical, I wouldn't say day in the life, because we started last night, so a little over 24 hours. Yeah, I just wanted to conclude that video on a good note. So stay tuned for my next video. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Bye.